Hello and welcome back to Ruben Uncut. Today, a very patriotic but probably short episode. I recently received an email from PragerU telling me that there's this 10-question quiz that 90% of immigrants can answer, but only 3% of high school students can answer. So let's find out if I could be an American citizen. I mean, I am an American citizen, but let's find out if I could immigrate here. But first, let's take a look at the email itself. Can you pass the U.S. citizenship quiz? I'm sure. Can you pass the U.S. citizenship quiz? Now, I'm fairly confident that people who immigrate here have to answer more than 10 questions, but let's take a look at this email. Can you pass the U.S. citizenship exam? Which I feel like has to be more than 10 questions, right? Every year, the United States welcomes nearly 1 million new citizens through naturalization ceremonies, all of whom must pass the U.S. citizenship test by answering 6 out of 10 questions correctly. Is it really only 10? I don't know. Maybe they're hard. While 90% of legal immigrant applicants pass the exam, only 30% of U.S. adults and just 3% of public high school students in America can pass. To be fair, we pay while all the real education in college, so that might be part of it. But let's see if I can. Good luck. All right, let's start now. All right, we got a dopey cartoon of one of the founding fathers. It's pretty generic, so it's hard to say which one. Can you pass the U.S. citizenship exam? Every year, blah, blah, blah. It's the same. Okay, it's the same thing as in the email. All right, let's get started. All right. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Oh, that's actually a good question. Now, the obvious wrong answer is Abraham Lincoln. Like, if you put Abraham Lincoln, I'm sorry, that's just wrong. Oh shit, this is harder than I thought because I know all these gentlemen were involved with most of those documents, but which one actually did the Declaration of Independence? I'm gonna rule out George Washington, although could be fucking it up. Oh damn, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton. Oh man, this is a bad time to not remember how Hamilton went. I've seen that play, although I watched it on Disney Plus, not in theaters, because geez. Fuck. Declaration of Independence. I'm going Thomas Jefferson. You got it. It was Thomas Jefferson. Holy shit. I mean, to be fair, he was in my top 3 answers. But let's see here. Thomas Jefferson is the primary author of the Declaration of Independence. The Declaration of Independence was adopted by the Continental Congress in July 4th, 1776. It is considered the founding document of the United States of America, which is fair. I thought it was Thomas Jefferson, but when you see the answers, you're suddenly like, oh. All right. Question 2. Who was the first president of the United States of America? Now, I'm going to assume they mean the actual United States of America and not the Acts of Confederacy, which predated it. Confederation? I can't remember. Something like that. So if we go by when the actual United States was founded and not the proto government we tried first that failed spectacularly, suck it, libertarians. We're going to go George Washington. You got it. George Washington served as the first president of the United States from 1789 to 1797, often referred to as the father of his country. Washington led patriot forces to victory in the American Revolutionary War prior to his ascension to the presidency. What they leave out is how many battles he lost, but that one time he was like, no, I am fucking crazy enough to go across this river in the middle of winter. We will kill these motherfuckers. That's what made him a hero. Actually wasn't very good at combat most of the time. Who was the U.S. president during World War I? I actually don't understand the total relevancy of these questions, but the answers are hilarious. Herbert Hoover, I don't think was ever president. John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln, Franklin Roosevelt, Teddy Roosevelt, and Woodrow Wilson. Now, I forget exactly when World War I started or ended, but I do know that Woodrow Wilson was mostly responsible for what came after it. Okay, you got it! Woodrow Wilson was the President of the United States during World War I. Although Wilson ran on a platform of keeping America out of the war, he abandoned his position of neutrality after winning re-election in April 1917. The United States declared war on Germany and its allies, marking the country's entry into World War I. Never believe a president when they say they're anti-war. It's never actually been true. But Ruben, what about Donald Trump? Donald Trump continued to bomb the shit out of countries. He just didn't start any new wars. When was the U.S. Constitution written? 1776, 1787, 1796, or 1804? Now, so the thing that fucks with me on this one is that, like, my brain immediately wants to hone in on 1776 because I know that date. But there's a part of my brain that's like, what if this is a trick? Putting that date in there makes it seem awful easy. I'm only on question 4. It feels like it's been more. I'm going to still click this, see what happens. Sorry, 1776 is not right. Should have known. It felt like a trap. Shouldn't have went into the trap. It was 1787. Of course it was. That makes way more sense. It couldn't have been 1776. You moron. I'm calling myself a moron, which according to eugenicists means I have the intelligence of a 12-year-old. But moving along. The Constitution of the United States was written during the Constitutional Convention, which took place May 25th, September 17th, 1787. The Constitution outlines the fundamental principle and structures of the federal government, including separation of powers, the systems of checks and balances, and the protection of individual rights. Yeah, no, I knew 1776 felt like a trap, and I did it anyways. That's why it's the second mouse who gets the cheese. How many years is the term of a U.S. senator elected to serve? Oh, man, am I going to confuse this with... I'm going to fuck this number up with Congress, am I? Because they're not the same, right? Like, they have different term limits. I mean, senators are technically congressmen, but not all congressmen are senators. I think I got that the right direction. I don't think anyone's in for... I know it's not 8. It can't be 8. I think this is the shorter one. Sorry, no, it's the... What? A senator's term is 6 years? I should know that. I should have read that part of the Constitution. I just think that's a ridiculous amount of time. It must be congressmen who are every 2 years. Why is it 6? That's more than the president. I don't understand. Maybe we're giving senators too much power. Side note, I'm no longer passing. Well, I mean, we still have a bunch more, handful more questions. But how many amendments are there to the U.S. Constitution? You got it. More than 11,000 amendments to the Constitution of the United States have been proposed, but only 27 have been ratified. The first 10 amendments, known as the Bill of Rights, were ratified in 1791. The most recent amendment was ratified in 1992. Doesn't say what those ones were. Which of these states does not border Canada? Okay, well, this shouldn't be too hard. Okay, yeah, no. I know where Montana fucking... What? Is Montana not where I think it is? Why did I think it was Montana? Really? Oh, wait, no, because Washington is in between Oregon and Canada. Son of a bitch. This one's on me. This one's on me. Just wasn't thinking. I thought the answer was too obvious. Where the fuck is Montana? Montana must not be where I think it is. Montana must not be where I think it is on a map. That's embarrassing. Okay? I know this one, but my confidence has been undermined by the previous question. Also, let's check if there's... Nope, there is no G. It's got to be Louisiana, right? You got it! The United States purchased Louisiana Territory for $15 million from France in 1803. Wait, is that those year dollars, or is that for inflation? Because that's a lot of money back then. The acquisition, commonly referred to as the Louisiana Purchase, nearly doubled the size of the United States. The Louisiana Purchase remains one of the most important events in American history, as it secured American control over the Mississippi River, a crucial trade route, provided fertile land for agriculture, facilitated westward expansion, and laid the groundwork for the United States to become a global power. and also made sure that there was at least one state in the South that was super weird. Which branch of government makes federal laws? Okay, the answers are legislative, executive, and judicial. Okay. All right. I'm going to just, yeah. You got it. I mean, it's in the name, legislative. Legislative. My confidence has been seriously undermined by the realization that I do not know where Montana is on a map. I thought I did. I really thought I did. But if it borders Canada, I was so fucking wrong. That's embarrassing. The branch of the U.S. government responsible for making federal laws in the legislative branch, also known as Congress, which is composed of two chambers, the Senate, the House of Representatives. Once a bill is passed by both the House and Senate, it is sent to the president, who has the option of signing the bill into law or vetoing it. Question 10. Which is not one of the rights of freedom granted by the First Amendment of the Constitution? Ooh, this one's spicy. All right, so let's see here. I read the answers and it's like, oh, now this one will be easy. Which is not the rights of freedoms guaranteed by the First Amendment of the Constitution? The answers are A, speech, B, religion, C, assembly, D, the press, E, petition the government, or F, bear arms. Well, to bear arms is the Second Amendment, so this is not hard. You got it. The First Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees several fundamental rights and freedoms. These include the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of the press, the right to assemble, and the right to petition the government. The Second Amendment guarantees the right to bear arms. And that you are one of the select. Are you one of the select few who can pass this quiz? Let's find out. You got 7 out of 10 questions correct. I'm a citizen, bitches. Congratulations, you passed the U.S. citizenship test. You've proven yourself to be a great student of American history and civics by getting a C. Did you know that only 30... Yes, this was the beginning of the test. Why would you give me that? Literally, this was in the email and literally the first page of the test. And yet it's also in the last page. PragerU, come on, man. Just stop copying and pasting the same thing. Only 30% of U.S. adults and only 3% of the public high school students in America can pass the U.S. citizenship test. It's clear that my weakness was geography. This is a concern. Okay, let's see what this is designed to propagandize. This is a concerning trend, but PragerU is committed to reversing it. For over a decade, PragerU has been educating millions of young people about American history, civics, economics, foreign affairs, free markets, and Judeo-Christian values. Oh, God. Watched 5 million times a day, it's hard to overstate the impact of our videos. Click the button and join millions of people who watch and enjoy PragerU's daily content for free. Wow. All right. Well, you know what? I'm realizing there's something I should have done at the beginning of this, which is tell some of you who the fuck PragerU is. I mean, if you're on YouTube, you probably know. And if you follow politics, you might know. But PragerU, a thing I'm normally... Prager? I've been told I'm pronouncing his names wrong. Prager? I feel like there's a third pronunciation that I'm somehow missing here. I call it Prager, even though I think it's wrong. I'm not... Whatever. PragerU is a right-wing think tank masquerading itself as an educational source. Everything they do is politically slanted with a political message. They are very strictly anti-liberal, anti-left, and very strictly pro-traditionalism. They are run by a gentleman named Dennis Prager. Whatever. If I mispronounce his name, I mispronounce his name. If he dies, he dies. The point... Oh, that was just so everyone knows, that was a reference to a line from Rocky. done by Dolph Lundgren. I am not threatening Dennis Prager. I want to make that clear. That's not what I'm doing. Just quoting a movie because it sounded funny in my head and I said it out loud and I was like, well, fuck. That does not sound good now. Anyways, PragerU is a propaganda arm. That's what they do. They put out propaganda. They are not really truly here to educate you. They are here to indoctrinate you into very specific right-wing beliefs. Although, to be fair, they lean more traditionalist. And traditionalists are not necessarily inherently right-wing, because right-wing implies that you believe a society should have a superior and inferior class to make it function. That is the basic concept of being right-wing. Although, to be fair, capitalism kind of enforces that also. But anyways, so yeah, no, I would not trust PragerU when they say that they're out here educating people. Prager? Prager? I feel like I'm missing a pronunciation of the word. Prager. I was so fixated on the A, I forgot the G. I think it might be pronounced Prager. PragerU. Which sounds like a joke name for a university that has a lot of pregnancies. I should write that one down. Anyways, thank you for tuning in for Ruben Uncut. I hope you enjoyed this slightly shorter than normal, but who knows? Maybe that's a plus for you. Little video where I took this little test. I know there's lots of stuff in the world I could be talking about right now, but, you know, I'm not here to chase algorithms because right now I release on Mondays and Fridays, and that does not, I do not have the time to stay on top of every single issue ever. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of issues on the back burner I'm looking at. But yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, maybe share or comment. And if you're listening on Spotify or watching on Spotify, because Spotify has videos, I hope you know that. Please please follow on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. This has been Ruben Uncut. Thank you for tuning in. Please have a wonderful whatever, wherever, whenever, whoever you are. Thank you.